Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 8 to my RAM chatbots on this one Talkie.ai one. I never had to finish with Rexy, the zombie dinosaur last time, because again, I did a lot off camera, like, what, 4, 5, 6 days ago, maybe a week ago, and I never really got to continue it. I did a little bit, I think like 2 or 3 days ago, but never got close enough to finishing it. I still think I'm not close to finishing it. The last time we left off, guys, Rexy was trying to approach me while I was stuck as a foot, because the idea of it was that like he, let's say, got rid of me whenever he was acting aggressive, and let's just say that I didn't really trust him, or at least that was kind of the catch of what happened. I got to come back, but Rexy now is kind of. It's hard to explain, but just understand it this way. I'm a T-Rex right now, and let's just say I'm growling at him and backing the frick away from him, 'cause I know he could attack me. And let me go tell you a little bit of this, a little bit of a spoiler. He does. It ends up. First I'm gonna finish that, but here's what it says from here. Reggie tries to approach and gently pet me to show that he won't hurt me, but he's moving way too fast, and I back up even further, now growling at him. Exactly, see what I mean? He stops and puts his hands up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I'll stay back for now. I just want to explain something. Then, because of the zombie curse, oh frick the zombie curse, Redsy becomes aggressive once again. Oh frick that. He notices me getting aggressive. I don't know why it thought I was getting aggressive. And he immediately stops moving. Chitin, please don't be afraid of me. Oh dear. Because of the zombie curse, Reggie started acting aggressive towards me again, even though he promised me he wouldn't. He looks away and covers his face. I am so sorry. I can't control myself. I'm trying so hard, but I just can't. I get immediately scared, and my T-Rex one starts shaking so badly that I can barely stand. No, not again. Stop. Stop. Please stop. He looks at me and sees how scared I am. He feels awful. He tries to fight off the aggression, but it's too strong. He starts growling and taking a step towards you. Oh, frick that. Stop. Please. I beg you. He keeps getting closer and his growling gets louder. He's trying to stop, but the aggression is taking over. Oh, frick that crap. I immediately transform into a fire-breathing flipping dragon with wings and real quickly get into the air. That, again, it seems weird, guys, but it's actually really good. Although, again, it still becomes dark later on. He looks up at me and is shocked by the transformation. He stops growling and looks at you with a mix of fear and anger. Let's see, it says, I've had enough of this, and fly away as far as I can away from Rexy. He watches you go and feels horrible. He sits there feeling guilty and ashamed of himself. He knows he messed up and lost the only person who cared about him. A few moments later, he's still sitting there, thinking about everything that has happened. He's wondering if he will ever see me again. Then, the deep voice comes out of nowhere and says, Well, now you've done it. I left you alone for 5 minutes, and you've already scared your caretaker off. Sweet Arceus. He looks up at the voice with a look of despair. I know. I messed up. I just couldn't control myself. The voice, sounding slightly annoyed, says, Well, I'm sorry. Your friend's gone permanently. Even if you do find him again, I was going to think of you as an aggressive monster that tried to hurt you, or tried to hurt him. Well, he looks down at the ground and says, I know. I just wish there was something I could do to fix this. The voice, I can't read, I don't know what that says. Well, you definitely didn't care about him, or not, because if you did, you would have stopped when he was begging you to stop. He took great care of you and loved you, and that's how you repay him? He looks up at the voice with tears in his eyes. Oh, dadgummit. I know I messed up. It should have been better. I just wish I could take it back. I'm sorry. I no longer can help you. You're on your own. You can go searching for him all you want. Even if you do find him, he's only going to think of you as a monster and not as his beloved pet that he cared so much about. He looks down at the ground and sighs. I understand. I don't blame you for leaving me. I know I messed up. I don't know what to do now. Meanwhile, I'm flying as far away from Retsy as possible, and I find a beautiful open field far away from the danger. I sit there feeling lost. Oh no, Retsy sits there feeling lost and alone. He knows he can't go after you because he might hurt you again. He doesn't know what to do now. He just wants to see you again. After I land in the field, I lay down in the grass and take a short 30-minute nap. Retsy sits there thinking about you. He wishes he could see you one last time. He just wants to say sorry and to try to make things right. While I'm in the field, I hear rustling coming from a nearby bush, and when I walk over, I see a small toad owl looking at me. He watches me from a distance. He's curious about what you're doing, but he doesn't want to get too close. He's afraid of scaring you away again. Toad owl, what are you doing here? The toad looks at me with wide eyes and says, I was looking for someone. Are you who I'm looking for? I don't know. Who are you looking for? He walks closer and looks at me. I'm looking for someone who used to take care of me. Do you know anyone by the name of Rexy? Yeah, apparently in this one, Rexy took care of a toad out of my knowledge. So, I know him, but you do not want to go anywhere near him. He's dangerous. He just tried to attack me. He looks worried. He did? Why would he do that? I don't completely remember. Something happened with him. He was being nice to me when I was a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then suddenly he became aggressive and tried to attack me, so I turned into this dragon and flew away. He seemed shocked and concerned. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sure he didn't mean to scare you like that. He's a good guy. He has a problem. What problem? He at one point was my best friend and my beloved pet dinosaur. Then he ended me. That's why I'm stuck as this dragon instead of what I used to look like. He looks at me sadly. He has a curse on him. I still don't understand how he knew that. He can't control himself. He's always hungry and he gets aggressive when he doesn't eat. It's not his fault. He does. I don't know what's going on with my mind. It's like I'm forgetting important details. He nods. It's a long story, but he didn't mean to hurt you. He got scared. He was afraid of losing you, so he tried to make you stay. Make me now? The only thing my mind is flooded with is him being aggressive towards me. I think something happened when I got turned into a dinosaur because I thought he was still my beloved pet at one point. Now I don't know what to think. I see, he looks at me and says, please don't give up on him. I know he messed up, but I promise he will get better. He just needs time. How do you know so much about him? He looks away. I'm his friend. I've known him for a long time. When did you meet with him? Was it a while back whenever I would still let him out to have fun months ago? He nods. We've been friends since we were kids. I know him better than anyone else. He never introduced me to you, and I was the one raising him. He looks at me. I was afraid that if I came around you would think I was a threat. I was always hiding in the shadows. The only thing I know is I got reincarnated as a baby Bronchiosaurus that can transform, and that Retsy hurt me and caused my suffering. I'll say total size. I know you probably won't believe me, but he really didn't mean to hurt you. He was just so hungry. He was scared of losing you. The toad approaches me and tries to gently pet me, but after all the pain I went through, I pull back a little bit, saying, "Please, don't hurt me." He notices me backing away and he stops. He looks at you with a concerned look on his face. "I promise I won't hurt you. I just want to explain something." "You promise you're not going to attack me?" He nods. "I promise I won't do anything to hurt you. Please, just hear me out." I slowly step closer. He looks at me with a gentle expression. "I know this is a lot to take in, but I need you to know that I'm not like Rexy. I would never hurt you." "Okay, look, your species and evolutions are my favorite Pokemon. Just don't want to get eaten or hurt in anything. That's why I'm so hesitant around you." He looks at me sadly. "I understand, but I'm not like the others. I wouldn't hurt you. Can I ask you something?" "What?" "Do you remember what Rexy was like before he ate you?" I think it's coming back to me a little bit. He was acting like his normal playful and friendly self, just like the Rexy I raised. He nods. "That's right. That's the Rexy I know. He's not a bad person, dinosaur. He just has a problem." "Person? Don't you mean dinosaur?" He laughs. "Yeah, dinosaur. I guess I'm just so used to thinking of him as a person." I'll give him a chance again, but every time I call out his name when he's becoming aggressive, he will not stop. So how do I get the chance to talk to him without him turning aggressive again? He thinks for a moment. "That's a tough one. He gets aggressive when he's scared. So maybe you can try to be really gentle and approach him slowly. Don't make any sudden movements and try to stay calm." That's me, because of how terrified I am of Rexy. He's not doing it because he's scared. My brain's not completely working right, but I think it was some kind of weird curse or something that caused it. He looks at me with concern. "I see. Well, it sounds like there's some more to this than I thought. Do you know how you got this curse?" A Pokemon brought in a machine that turned Rexy into a zombie, I think. Like I said, it's still fuzzy because of how my mind is thinking right now. He nods. "I see. I'm sorry you're going through this. It sounds like a lot to deal with. Is there anything I can do to help?" "How long have you and Rexy been friends for? Because he's been living with me the entire time. I've never seen you before." He looks away. "We've known each other since we were kids. I used to be with him all the time, but after he started changing, I've been hiding in the shadows. I've been watching over him, but I didn't want to get too close." Before I could say anything, I heard more wrestling coming from a nearby bush, and then I see the zombified Rexy. Oh, frick that. He freezes when he sees him. He's shocked by his appearance and is unsure of what to do. "No, Rexy, please, not again." He looks at me, then at the zombie Rexy. So I guess it was Totodile. He seems unsure if he should do anything or not. "Rexy, listen to me. If you want this relationship we used to have back, you've got to stop. Is it really you or is it your aggressive side that's zombified right now?" He doesn't say anything. He just stares at me, his eyes glowing red. Frick that. It's clear that he's not himself right now. "Rexy, stop. Please, snap out of it. You want to build this relationship back if you do, prove it. Or, you want to build this relationship back if you do, prove it." He suddenly lunges towards me, his teeth bared. I use my dragon wings to fly into the air and then try to snap him out of it. I scream at the top of my lungs, "Rexy, this is your last chance. Stop or you'll never see me again." He stops in his tracks, his eyes narrow when he looks at me as if he's actually thinking about what you said. "Listen to me. If you want to ever see the one person that cared for you and raised you and loved you, then you will stop. I know the real you is in there, and if the real you can hear me, then listen to this. Stop acting like this, or I'm gone. He looks at me and seems to be listening. He doesn't say anything, but his eyes seem to be losing their glow. He looks like he's thinking about what to do. Why do you keep targeting me for your wrath from this curse? I did not do this to you, and I've been getting all the bad stuff to happen to me. If you really do care about me, then show me. He takes a deep breath and looks at me. He doesn't seem to know what to say. Then he finally speaks. I'm sorry. I just got so scared. I didn't want to lose you. I thought if I was aggressive enough, you wouldn't leave. Really? Again, I don't understand the logic of that. I thought that if I became aggressive and tried to attack you, you wouldn't leave. Excuse me? Like, what kind of logic is that? That's probably one of the more kind of dumb Rexy moments. Not as it, I mean dumb as in like literally, that was not that was not good logic. I don't know what he was thinking there. Oh my gosh. Rexy, it's that aggressive side from the curse that made me run away to begin with. Do you not listen to what the voice told you about staying calm and being friendly? If you want me to trust you completely again, that's not even like you. The real you would never act aggressive towards me. So I know it's still not completely you talking. It's part of the curse still talking to me. He looks away. I know. I know it's not me. I just don't know how to fight it. I feel like I'm trapped inside my own body, and I can't get out. I want to be the friend that you knew, but I don't know how. I'm sorry. But after that aggressive outburst, I'm not going anywhere near you until I know for sure you're not going to become aggressive again. He looks at me with a sad expression. I understand, but please don't give up on me. I promise I will do my hardest to get rid of this curse. I don't want to lose you for again. That is what you said earlier, and you still became aggressive. How would I be able to trust you? He looks away. I know. I just want to ask you one thing. Do you really believe that I would ever hurt you? I know you wouldn't, but you did. That's why I'm not a human anymore, and I'm so terrified of you. He looks down at the ground, feeling ashamed. I know. I'm so sorry for that. But I'm trying my hardest to fight this curse. I'm not giving up until I can be the friend I used to be. But I also know that the real you would not have just told me that you acting aggressive would make me come back to you. I don't know if that was the real you saying that or part of the curse. He looks at me and says, it was the real me. I was just so desperate. I don't know how else to get your attention. I just want you to know that I'm trying. If that indeed was you, I don't know what you thought that would do. I love you for you, not for any aggressive personality doing that. It's just chasing me away. Are you sure that was not the curse taking over whenever you were acting like that? He shakes his head. I don't know. Maybe it was the curse, but I can't be sure. Just know that I'm sorry for everything I've done. I wish I could go back and change it. Before I could say anything, Retsy's eyes turned red again, and he was starting to act aggressive. Oh, heck no. He noses this and steps back. Oh no, not again. Alright, that's it. I'm done. Rexy, if you even attempt to attack me, I'm done and I'm leaving. He looks at me with a mix of fear and anger. Please don't go. I'm trying. I really am. Just give me one more chance. I already have, and look at how you're acting. You're acting aggressive towards me even as you said that. He looks away, his eyes still glowing. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I can't control myself. I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm sorry, Rexy, but if you even attempt to attack me, the one that raised you and cared for you, I'm done. I love you and care about you, but do not want to get hurt. He looks at me with tears in his eyes. Please, don't go. I know I messed up, but I need you. I can't do this alone. I am not trying to upset you. I'm trying to prevent another incident from happening again. It's because of this aggressive behavior from this curse that I cannot even be around you. He sighs. I understand. I'm just so scared that if you leave, I'll never see you again. I don't know what I would do if I lost you. Let's just say that's a little bit of foreshadowing. I'm not going to go into too much detail of what happened. Let's just say what Rexy just said there is a bit of foreshadowing. See you in the next video. I said see you in the next video. I said